Well, hi there everyone, and welcome back to Feed the Beast Monster, with me, Ben. Last time we were making these things. This is a clock. It is still working perfectly. It is telling me it is the end of the night. And it is the night, and hopefully it is the end of it. Since last time I have been looking about in here. This is the area I said was going to be my banquet hall. You can see I've put this railing along the top. And up here you can see I've used a bit of Industrialcraft to put some tables, a few chairs in. These ones are a bit awkward to get into, but they do work. You can sit on them, and it's all very nice and stuff. So there we hit the right keys and I will get out. So it should be coming up to morning, which we might even be able to see possibly out of this window. Possibly not. It is just the end of the night, not the start of the morning. So what is the plan for today? Well, let us go out here and have a look. I still haven't quite finished off this area yet. It will still be being done. Back into our factory, but you can see that this one is sort of all blocked in now. It just looks a little bit prettier, and it is saying that it should be just coming up to morning. I guess it is just coming up to morning. That's going down. Perhaps that one really should be red, because that is the sun just coming up as it has flicked over to morning. Anyway, what are we going to do today? Well, the first thing that I want to do is to head over to the pig area, because I want to make a slight change to how those pigs work. They're currently connected up in just exactly the same way as the cows are connected up. Going into, what am I trying to say? Mine Factory Reloaded. They are going into the... My brain has completely gone. My brain has completely gone. Where is it? Oh dear, don't you hate it when your mind goes? Not the harvester, the one what kills them. Oh dear. Well, anyway, and instead I want them to go into something slightly different. The different thing I want them to go to is this. This is a slaughterhouse. It works slightly different to the grinder. That's what it's called. To the mob grinder. Why could I not find a grinder? Irrespective. Is it not here? Am I just going mad? It's right there, look, a grinder. Anyway, the slaughterhouse, it works very slightly differently to the grinder, and I want my pigs on it. It takes an Invar axe, Invar swords, an Invar gear and all of that stuff, which I probably don't have any of. I've got one sword, I need another sword, a pair of axes. So one sword, two axes, and the Invar gear will be the interesting one. That's not too difficult. And there we will have our slaughterhouse. Okay, let us go over to the piggy area and put it in. Not a lot different going on over here. Let's hop over the top. We have still got plenty of cows coming out. I assume that this thing still has... Okay, that's going badly wrong. That's going very badly wrong. What's happening there? Well, that should only be accepting wheat. So I do not know. I need an empty hand to click on that. You should have a filter. If I can click on you just to accept wheat. That should be a white list, honestly. Honestly. Oh well. I don't know exactly how that happens, but never mind. I'll take these here carrots. Because we currently have only 3 pigs. And that one is glitching. Come on, there we go, baby pigs. Yay, we have a baby pig. Once we've got 4, we can change them. Here is our grinder, which we are going to quickly jimmy out with this. And I think that just fell down into a hole. There we go. Pop that bit of dirt back in and instead place in the slaughterhouse. The only reason I want the slaughterhouse, which as always is facing completely the wrong direction, is because instead of producing the drops, this one will produce a packaged meat, which it has some in for no obvious reason. And this stuff, which is what we will actually want, pink slime, we'll come to why we want it later, but I will have to let some pigs experience, woohoo, breed up first. We do have absolutely tons of those though. Let's just very quickly take a trip down into our mob trap, just because I'm interested to see if there is any mob essence. Of course there is not. I am also jammed on here. 414. Loads and loads of blaze rods though. Right, so that is the first thing which we were going to do today. What is the second? The second is far more interesting. You may notice I have a load of precision export buses, import buses, and level emitters, and workbenches, and cables. You can guess we're doing something in the factory. And you would be right, and for once I've actually got all the stuff ready. Let's go up here, because up here is our Industrialcraft room, which is disconnected at the minute for some reason. I think it's because I was charging things in that MFE. We have all these machines. We were making things in here. Specifically, we were going up there where we were making the solar panels. I want to make lots of solar panels suddenly. It is suddenly my greatest desire to have lots of solar panels. So I'm going to need a way to do this, and I've decided I'm going to automate it using this stuff. So the big question is, how am I going to do it? Because obviously we do have ME stuff up here, applied energistics stuff perhaps I should say. So this is just going to become a huge tangled mess of wires, isn't it? Well, for one thing, I think this could all go straight down, and I hope that I don't need any extra copper cable, though I probably do have some. And then, oh, there's just too many cables around here. I am thinking that it's going to destroy my view, but do I care? Not especially. It is here to be useful rather than decorative. Let's get these hoppers off and take our glass out at the same time. And take out... yeah, got to take all of this stuff out. Once again, we build a beautiful pipe system only to immediately take it out. But it doesn't matter, it served its purpose very well, thank you very much indeed. So here we go, this is the most important one to start with. This is the extractor. This all really needs reconnecting in, which will require the low voltage transformer. The low voltage transformers have one input, lots of outputs, right? No, the other way around. Lots of inputs, one output. So that red thing should be the one we want to face down. I have just run downstairs backwards. Yes, because that should be the way that one's actually facing. Can I just hock you out a second? Oh, which way is that facing? Am I wrong? Is it... no, that's one input, lots of outputs. I am confused. Okay, what we're going to do is pop it in. I think it's because of this texture pack it alters it. So what happens if it is like... I'm clicking on it with the wrong thing. Like that. Is that giving these things power? These things do not have power, so it must be the other way up. Red thing faces upwards. How's that? Now they are full of power and working. That is brill. Well, some of them are. There are cables out. There is everything going on down here, isn't there? Okay, no probs, no problemo. Right, the thing that we need is this extractor. This extractor makes rubber. It makes rubber from the sticky resin. So we need to put sticky resin into it and get rubber out. That is exactly what we are going to do. We are going to, let's get all of these in my hands. We are going to put a precision import bus, is that export bus on the top. No, that's wrong. I thought it was. Export bus on the top. Import bus on the side. The export bus gets a messy. Actually, I could do it like that, couldn't I? It gets a... That's still going to be messy. Never mind. Gets that pointed at it. And then I don't need a shovel, do I? And then just something going over the top like that, I guess. Stunningly beautiful. Absolutely stunningly beautiful. I hope you agree. Right, this precision... Oh, no! Okay, don't do that. This precision export bus is checking for rubber. When levels get below 512, we want to put rubber in to be made. This only works with a redstone signal, and it exports sticky resin. That imports everything. What we now need is a route to connect this up to this. Oh dear Lord, how are we going to do that? Well, for now it is going to go like that. If you can see a good way to connect this up to up here, then answers in the comments, please. That will do for now. So there should be less rubber than that. That is coal, so rub. There are 4 pieces of rubber, so it is importing rubber. It should be importing all the rubber out of it as it is made. I think that it actually is. And actually we are exporting rubber wood, aren't we? Not sticky resin. Do we not have any sticky resin? We've got 2,000 bits of sticky resin. Why are we not using the sticky resin? There must be a reason. Other than we are being really, really dense. I cannot imagine why we would not put the sticky resin through it. How much wood do we have of the rubber variety? There is 15k of that. I think it's because we get lots and lots of rubber wood. Which is fine. That's going to fill up. We will need a few more of the old overclockers. They can probably be nicked out of here. How many did I make? Did I make... Oh, not many. Not many at all. So a couple of overclockers in there. And we are making lots and lots of sticky resin. That is plan the first. Now, to make solar panels. Sticky resin, did I say? We're making lots and lots of rubber. Plan the second for solar panels is... we need the rubber to make circuits. That will be downstairs. We will need iron plating. That is important. What else do we need? We need iron plating. We need a generator, which is iron plating. So we definitely need iron furnaces because we need an iron plating. So there's a theme here. We need iron plating, don't we? We need the RE battery, so we do need tin casings. But primarily iron. And iron it shall be. So export bus connecting with an import bus connecting with a level emitter. Level emitter is checking for levels of iron plate in the system. Once again, I'm going to ask it to get up to 512 iron plates in the system. This will only work when there is a signal, and it will export iron into that. My inventory, she is getting incredibly full. That's not the one I want to click on, that is. Active with signal, isn't it? Yes, active with signal. That's better. And you emit when levels are below 512, yes. And you always input yes. So, I think that has actually connected. There we go. So this should now have sucked everything out. It hasn't because it's full of copper. It should now be putting iron in, which it is. Right, let's get rid of some of this assorted chuff, which I don't actually need at the minute. I think these can go in here for safekeeping. And that, apart from that, is probably okay. Hoppers can go away. Okay, so we are getting sorted. We are starting to make metal, except we're not because that is not plugged in. And I only have one copper cable. Stonking. Pop. Okay, so now that is all connected and we are starting to make iron. Rolled bits of iron, just like that, iron plating, which should be being pulled out. They are. So we have iron plates coming out, and we have... What else do we need? We need coal dust. So I'm going to need to set something to make that. The electronic circuits need copper cable, so I'm going to need something to create copper. But we can get the generators going, because that's iron furnaces, which is furnaces. So that one is doable. So we have a load of those. So let's head on down into the basement of the factory where we have all of our auto crafting gubbins. That is all in a row along here. There is a hole in the floor. I have no idea why. I just happen to have some marble bricks though. Okay, so with this one, auto crafting table. Right, we are going to need some, come here, some cobblestone, of which we are never short, are we? Right, the idea here is to make a furnace. That's what I'm trying to make. Am I doing it import, export? Really? Import, export, okay. Fine. So export bus on this side. We are going to export when we have a redstone signal, cobblestone, and that monster better not be anywhere near down here. It had better not. Don't you even dare, monster. Right, there is one of those. This one is only going to be active when we are really low on furnaces. There is a workbench here, thank you. So a furnace. So this wants to see at least 512 furnaces. So this should be exporting cobble, which is being made into furnaces, just as usual. Import that into there. Then we want another one set up, which will export furnaces, won't it? And yes, this one will take a furnace. I better set it up in here first. Active with a signal, export me some furnaces and some iron plating. You export furnaces into here. Iron plating, it goes all the way round it, doesn't it? Yep, like that. And you get an iron furnace, which is what we are after. So, pop that up there. We will now need to actually make some more furnaces to make up, just make up a few iron furnaces. Terribly. Iron furnaces. Right. And we will pull the iron furnaces out, but I need to put into here that I am checking for iron furnaces. Emit when below. Do we need as many? Only 256 iron furnaces, I think. So, yep, we are making iron furnaces. Import those into the system, please, Maestro. Very good. Okay, so we are now making up to here. What do we need for the RE batteries? We are going to need to make tin item casings, which are going to be a bit awkward. Because the only problem here is that each of these machines can only do one thing now. I can only use this metal former to, that is, hammering through. I'm happy about that. To make the iron plates, I'm going to need a separate one to make the tin plates. So, off camera, I'm going to make up a few of those. And the reason I say that is because this is the end of this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll get a bit more of this done off camera. I do hope you enjoyed, and I do hope to see you once again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.